Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chloe and I run Hoppity Designs, where we create business stationery, branded clothing and gifts and accessories, things like that. So if you are new here, welcome, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me. Today, as you've seen in the title and thumbnail, I'm going to go through plans and goals I made for 2024, review them and sort of set up a business plan, goal plan for 2025. And I'm scared to look at my 2024 goals because I know I haven't reached many, if any. So my excuse for this year though is I didn't really go full hog on the business because of the wedding. The business didn't get a back seat, but it wasn't the front seat. It wasn't the driver, so to speak. I am now going to go through those with you, so let's switch over to my computer and get started. It took me ages to figure out how to get the screen to record because it was playing up. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm an idiot and I did not save my, well actually I did save my 2024 goals, however I've lost them. That says a lot, doesn't it? I'm just going to go through basically the YouTube video I made last year. I have been using Milanote, which I have already started. Let me move this onto the other one, so you won't be able to see this, but I will, because you can't see all of this. So let's start again. This is my current 2025 business plan. I have already, like I said, started with some of the goals and stuff, and I've already done my mood board for next year. My vision for 2025 is to create, a cute, maybe not cute is not really the right word, but a pink, more aesthetically pleasing office and studio space, like these kind of bright pinks like in my branding, manifesting those bloody orders and social media growth, especially on YouTube and Instagram. That's why they are slightly bigger than TikTok. I want to release seasonal orders, create value on Instagram because, well, what's the point in posts that don't mean anything? My health and fitness journey, so it's a bit more personal, but my health and fitness journey to continue, build more of a community. So I've got Patreon on here, which obviously is up and running, but I don't currently have any members, but I'm still using it as though I do have members, so we're manifesting. All the cozy vibes in autumn. It's reminding myself it's okay to rest, actually make money and focus on the business more in general and believe in myself. So that is something I do struggle with. Sometimes I think, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? Etc, etc. And the biggest goal in my personal life, apart from obviously health and fitness, is to build a new enclosure and get a pair of giant rabbits. So that is something that will hopefully be happening in 2025. The enclosure definitely, but it just depends on circumstances, etc. I've had giants before, but I've never had purebred giants before, so I do really want to get a pair of purebred, ideally from the same litter or the same breeder, and two different litters, but we'll go into that another day. Moving on to 2024 goals, and have I reached any of them? 2024, my personal goals were to read 4 books over the year. I don't think I finished one, so that was great. Travel to 2 new places for sightseeing purposes. I also didn't do that. Do at least one task per week for the wedding and be proactive. I don't think I did one per week, but I was more proactive with the wedding. By the time we come to the week of the wedding, I was pretty much done with everything, and even Matt said to me, like, are you okay? You're not running behind? And I was like, I think I've done everything. Bandit's come to join us, so he'll probably jump up here in a minute. And do one thing for myself per week. I'd say I probably did that most weeks, so I did do a lot more stuff for myself. I spent a lot more time sort of watching things that I enjoy, etc, etc. So my personal goals were not hit. Bandit, stop pressing buttons on my mouse. Finances. So I wanted to be earning £300 in profit by the end of the year. I didn't do that. And I wanted to start saving £10 a week for the business. Now I did start that, then I had to break into it because Big Bertha buggered up, and then Big Bertha 2.0 was born, and things just kept happening. We'll start that again, shall we? Relationships, I did plan one secret date night a month. Did we do that? Absolutely not. Make more time for friends, which I think I did do, to be fair. I was pretty good at making time for my friends. My lack of friends. And I wanted to spend at least one day a month with parents, which we have seen them a lot this year. Both sets of parents we've seen a lot this year. Bandit was really needy today. Update Etsy monthly, check listings, SEO, keywords, etc. And I don't think I did it. You stop dribbling. I don't think I did it monthly, but I was definitely better towards the end of the year, at least in checking Etsy. You're gonna have to get off, mate. I wanted to be earning £500 a month on Etsy. Now I have almost reached that goal. Let's see where we're at for December. Bandit, you're a pain in the butt. Last month I was definitely over 400. So let's have a look if I go to the right page. We're nearly there, but there's still a few days to go, so we'll see. I wanted to tidy my office every Friday. That definitely didn't happen. By the end of the year, I wanted to receive 30 sales on my website at least 2 months out of the year. I don't think I did that either. I wanted to release my first enamel pin by July. I gave up on that goal because of the wedding. I do remember that because like I say, the business took a little bit of a side seat whilst planning the wedding. I wanted to get my laser printer back up and running by the end of the year, which I have done. Like I say, Big Bertha went to heaven and Big Bertha 2.0 was born, so that has been done. I'm actually pleased with that. That's one I've actually done. Break ground on the office build before October. The office build is no longer happening because I don't earn enough money at the moment to warrant spending £7,000 on an office, basically. It's a dream that is not going to happen anytime soon. Circumstances are changing. I'm going to keep the office in the house for now, just see where we go. I think I'm just going to scrap them and just start again. I was thinking about bringing some forward, but I mean, I'm doing things a bit more focused this year, so a bit more not pinned down is not really the right word, but like broken down and specific. Got some notes here which you won't be able to see because I've had to put them on the other screen because of the way my Milanote board is set up. So back to my Milanote board. So I went through my mood board with you already. So my product goals. So don't want to outsource my greeting cards. There are a few product goals on here. So new greeting card range. So I do have some greeting cards, but I have removed them all pretty much from my website because I want to redesign them. Some of them I'll stay the same, but some of them are just not my style anymore, so I just want to revamp them a little bit and re-upload them. I want to bring out a wider range of mugs. This shelf was full of That Sounds Like a You Problem mugs, and I've sold out of them again. I've restocked my small business owner ones. I need to get new pictures of it though. But yeah, mugs are becoming quite a big seller for me, so I want to bring out a wider range of mugs. And all of my current mugs I want to upgrade to the coloured handles and inners. I want to bring out pens and pencils for business and for sort of the generic side of my business as well. That will be good. Then mouse pads for businesses. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon of everyone else doing mouse pads with their collection releases and stuff like that, but I do want to offer them for businesses. And I want to get my badge maker out again because I have got a badge maker and I have used it, but I haven't touched it at all this year. So next year I plan to, because I've got loads of stock of different badges and stuff, so I need to utilise the stock I've already got in and make badges. So that is that. My marketing goals, I want to increase my growth on Instagram, but I'm going to change that to growth and engagement. That means I need to be more active on Instagram. I need to be posting more, I need to be commenting more, I need to be engaging with others more. I want to become monetized on YouTube. At this current moment, I am less than 200 subscribers and less than 300 watch hours away from becoming monetized, so I think that's quite a reachable goal. I want to post at the very least once per week on YouTube. I have almost hit that. I'm posting roughly every week, but there are a couple of weeks that I do miss sometimes, so I want to just get better at that. I want to create value in my Instagram posts, which will link back to increasing my growth and engagement. I want to reach 5,000 followers on Instagram. I have been stuck at around the 1,500 to 1,700 mark on Instagram for a very long time. longer than I'd like to admit. So I do really want to grow that and reach 5k. And then I also want to increase the use of TikTok and reach 1,000 followers on TikTok. I will have a separate video coming soon regarding TikTok because I think I'm going to close my TikTok shop again. So if you want to hear more about my TikTok shop antics, hit that subscribe button. Experiment with reels and shorts. Grow on Patreon, increasing my consistency in that. As I said previously, I do post on Patreon very regularly, even though I've got no members. So that is already becoming a habit. If you were to join my Patreon, you will be able to go back and read all of those posts. I have been very clever already, and I have scheduled, so every month on Patreon, all of my patrons will get 15% off for the whole month on the website, and I've already scheduled every month's discount code for the whole of 2025. So that is set in stone, and I don't have to touch that again until this time next year when I need to do 2026's. That is mad. Anyway, I want to use my first payout from YouTube to purchase branded intro and outro animations to make my videos look better. Studio goals. The biggest one for me is create more organisation and less chaos, because it's just chaos in here. Although it's tidier than it normally is, it's still tidy space, tidy mind kind of thing. So organisation, less chaos. And I want to make it pink, a bit more aesthetically pleasing. And although I know it's not possible in a working office to keep it perfect and pristine, I do want to make it look better. So currently it's the lilac-y colour that it was when we moved in, so I do want to redecorate it. I do want to make it my branding colours, since I know I'm staying in it now. So the reason we never decorated it, because it was only temporary, because I was building an office in the garden and that was going to become my branded space. But now we're not building an office in the garden, that I don't have a branded space. So it'll probably mean I'll have to close for a week or so, because obviously I've got a lot of stuff to move out in order to be able to get in here to decorate. But that's something coming in 2025. My collection goals, I want to release at least four collections throughout the year. Ideally I'd like to release more, but I'm going to focus on 4. I don't think I've done more than 2 in a year before, so that would be good. Be ahead on my collections, so like for example not doing Christmas in November because I'm good at that, so I want to be like really ahead. And every collection release is going to include something for the public and for businesses. So obviously I do business station branded clothing, and I have done for a long time. This year I did trial putting that on the back burner a little bit, still doing it but not to the extent I was, and I brought gifts and accessories and stuff, general apparel, into the picture, and I did have that as the front face of Hoppity Designs for this year. It hasn't worked for me. I've tried it, I'm glad I tried it, and I'll still be doing all of that stuff because I still really enjoy it, but I think the business is going to have to come to the front a bit more, because that is what I'm known for, that is what I'm good at. Expect more business related content on this channel. And I have some financial goals. First of all, I need to get my business out of the negative, because this year it is in the negative. So that is the biggest financial goal I currently have. I then want to increase my revenue to 30k for the year. So as a little side note, revenue doesn't mean profit. The 30k doesn't go into my pocket. Obviously I've got a lot of expenses, which is why I need to minimise my expenses. And I've got obviously my materials and stuff coming under expenses. I've got tax to pay, things like that. So, you know, that 30k doesn't go into my pocket. So do bear that in mind when you read that / hear that. This next one highlighted in red because I'm so bad at it. So I need to use my business bank for business transactions only, no more personal ones. So I'm awful for just being, I'll just put that through the business card. I'll just use the business card. So there's constantly like transfers going from me where I'm paying the business back and stuff because I've just spent 20 quid in Asda on my business card because I can't get my other card to work, etc, etc. So I need to stop that. I need to keep on top of my account. And as you can see, I've created a little finance record here. If we just click into that, we'll take August for example. So in August I had £1,357.54 come in and £1,176.84 go out. So I made a profit of £180.70. And what I've done is these are sort of my figures taken from my bank account, so they are not necessarily correct because obviously I've been using my business bank for a lot of personal stuff, but again that's changing in 2025. So what I've done is I've done it so that I can compare this next January to last January, so I can literally compare month by month how my business is going financially. So that's that one. I'm going to go make a coffee. I'm going to dump this footage because I think it's taking up a lot on my SD card. And then we are going to go through and break this down a little bit more, basically. So each goal needs breaking down further, each goal needs plans, etc, etc. So I will be back in a moment. Coffee made. I digress. Let's start with collection goals. So we'll have new board added to that and we'll call it collections by quarter. And within that board we will have 4 columns. 1, I'm actually going to make these slightly bigger to fit on the page a bit. We'll change the colour of each one to a different pink. And lighter again. So now we will change these to quarter 1. Note in each one. I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to move it to here and we'll have it as goals by quarter because I don't need separate whatchamafloojips. Have it at that. So now what I'm going to do is open this in another tab so I can quickly flick backwards and forwards. So we're going to split the product goals into the quarters. We do in quarter 1 we want a little to-do list, so I didn't really need that note in there. I'm still quite new to Milanote, hence all the faffing. Let's say we're going to upgrade all the current mugs in the first quarter. We're also going to, in fact for that quarter I'm going to leave it at that because obviously I'm going to be getting into the swing of things a little bit. So we'll leave that at that. We'll expand the range of mugs in the second quarter along with bringing out mouse pads for business. And then we will bring out badges in quarter 3. And we'll have a new, actually I'm going to move that to quarter 4 just in time for Christmas, and then by quarter 3 I'm going to bring out my new greeting card range. So now I'm going to break down the marketing goals. I want to become monetized on YouTube in the first quarter, to post at least once per week on YouTube by the end of the second quarter, and then keep that going throughout the whole year. In the second quarter rather, I want to increase growth and engagement on Instagram by then. And in fact, I'm not even going to put that on there. I'm just going to put create value in Instagram posts. We'll do that within the first quarter. And then we will reach 5 followers on Instagram, 5k followers rather, by the end of the 4th quarter. And the TikTok one can be by then as well. Experiment with reels and shorts in the second quarter. Grow on Patreon, we will put that in the second quarter. Use my first in the second quarter, put that. We'll leave it at that. Then I need to make like a little plan for each quarter. So what I'm going to do is put some boards on each one, and each board will be for each collection. So we'll have that on there. So obviously I need to plan these collections still, but we'll have collection 1. And with each of those there will be like a mood board. So I'm just kind of setting it up for me to just go in and edit things so that I haven't got to sit there and be like, well, I've got so much to do before I can start it. I've got no excuses basically. We'll do a little board for current mug upgrades. We'll do one for Instagram content, YouTube tracker, new mug releases, maybe a little Patreon planner, a YouTube intro, outro mood board. And then on this one we will have greeting cards, and that will have like a mood board and a tick list and stuff in it. Reels, shorts, TikTok, mood board and planner, office, studio space, and we can have like a little planner in there as well. Badges, Instagram growth, TikTok growth. We'll copy this so I can refer back to that when needed. We'll also copy my 2025 mood board and put that here so that I can refer back to it as and when needed. In each collection, I'm just going to start on this one, we're going to have a column for inspiration, colour palette, collection overview. So rather than that, we'll add a heading. But what I'll do is, how I've done this, we'll make one. So let's head to Canva. I was looking like a fool when I met you. If you guys are interested in using Milanote, by the way, you can sign up for free using the link in my description. It's free forever, basically. Go ahead and try it out. I didn't like it to begin with, but this is the first time I've used it properly, and actually for making my business plan, it's been a godsend. It's so much easier to do all this when you can actually picture it, so I do highly recommend trying it out, especially for mood boards and things like that. And I really like the way that you can just sort of drag and drop things into it. Collection overview. Let's crop it down so it doesn't take up so much room on the board. I'll leave space there because that will be the name of the collection. So let's just add a little heading here. I am going to leave it here for today because this is getting a very long vlog and my camera's about to die. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you've got plans for 2025. Well, let me know what you think of my plans for 2025, and I'm going to carry on with this. I'll do a part 2 where I go through what I've done, what I haven't done, and talk through with you the plans I've finalised when it's all done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please press subscribe if you haven't already. Do like it and comment if you enjoyed, because it all helps push my videos out to other people that enjoy this kind of content like you do. For now, I'll see you next week for part 2. Thanks guys. Baby,